grew up in a small town in Indiana. No one in my family had ever served in the military. I found out about West Point when I was a sophomore in high school, and the moment that I found out about it, I knew instantly that's where I wanted to go to school. I knew that I wanted to lead soldiers, so I branched engineers, and I was the first in my class to deploy to Iraq. I show up thinking I'm going to be a staff officer. As soon as I got off the plane, they're like, you have a platoon waiting for you, actually. They're 3 hours away in Basra, and you're going to meet up with them next week, and good luck. That was kind of all where it started, and I was there with them for 6 months doing reconstruction and building roads and airways, and it was a really, really neat experience. So after I was a platoon leader, I came home to Fort Lewis, and then this amazing opportunity came up. A friend of mine that worked in Special Operations Command emailed me.
In 2010, Special Forces put out a call to the entire Army looking for new team members.
They're trying to recruit the best women in the Army to support Special Forces out on these missions, to connect with Afghan women and children, and to get intelligence from them and to build rapport and relationships in the community. Because of the cultural limitations, the men couldn't do this.
They were called cultural support teams.
And I just remember my heart started beating and I was just like, this is it. Like, you know, it's like how I felt about West Point. It was like, that's it, that's what I want to do. And then I deployed to join 75th Ranger Regiment in August of 2011. We were going after high-value terrorist targets. You know, it doesn't get any more impactful than that. We were going after 2 guys on our first mission, and we met with the women and children. I pulled them aside. I searched them, I started talking to them, and almost immediately, you know, the women helped me identify the guy we were going after. And I was able to get that information to the platoon leader, and it was like, that's it, we got him. I think that was the moment. I remember coming back from the mission that night, we did a debrief, and you know, the guys were giving me a pat on the back and telling me great job, and you know, this was something that they could have never done before. I had finished 2 deployments as a CST. I was back at my unit at Fort Lewis. I had already put in my paperwork to get out of the Army. I was feeling pretty lost, trying to figure out what was next. The first time I found out about the Commit Foundation, I received an email. It was advertising the all-women's Veteran Summit that Commit was putting on for the first time. It was serendipitous for me. I was assigned a mentor. Her name is Kathleen McQuiggan. She's a big deal executive that had been in the corporate world for 20, 30 years. And then the other thing was Anne-Marie started me out with a coach. Her name's Allison Carroll. She was life-changing for me. She really forced me to be introspective and what I saw as my future moving forward. And so after all the various interviews, all the various applications, I ended up getting into Harvard Business School. I'm gonna figure out a way to do business and make a difference. So I was lucky because my best friend and I went to Harvard together. And so we were in our entrepreneurship class, and it was around this time that our good friend Keith, he was still in Afghanistan, and he called us on Skype. And he was like, it's really crazy, but these farmers that I've been working with have this product that's very high quality and it's expensive stuff, but they can't get it out of the country. But I think that we could get this product in the US and we could probably get a pretty good price for it. And so he was talking about saffron. Saffron got the farmers more money than growing poppy for opium. So it was an economic alternative to poppy, which is huge. And so that's when we started up. It was the second year of business school, and the name of the company is Rumi Spice. Every big announcement in my life has been through email. Fact. I remember getting the email from Anne-Marie telling me I was receiving this award, and I mean, my first reaction was, you know, I was thrilled because I thought about all the things that Commit has done for me. I thought about all the people. I remember at the summit, and Anne-Marie talked about serendipity, that Commit was going to be an organization that created serendipity for veterans. I didn't really know what she meant by that. I thought, serendipity, you know, it's like something that happens in movies. You know, it's something that happens in like fairy tales and stories, but it was never something that I'd ever thought of in the context of my own life and my own path. And I look back on that and I'm like, that is exactly what it did for me, though. I mean, it really did. It brought together all of these amazing people and resources and this network that I never would have had access to, and I never would have had help me get to where I am. Yeah, I wouldn't be where I am without them, point blank. You know, I wouldn't be here. And so I'm so grateful for everything that they've done to help me and to help others, to help all the veterans who are out there making a difference.